Today I'm gonna do a get ready with me video, but it's a story time video. And I don't know what I'm getting ready for because I don't have to go out today. My face is really swollen. I have a lot of sodium in my body right now because I just had like 2 cups of noodles for lunch. Lunch and breakfast I had cup noodles, so my face is like swollen. And it's really hard for me to get ready and talk at the same time because I have autism, and I don't know if this is like an autistic thing or not, but I can't multitask. And it's one of the reasons why I don't do streaming. I don't do like video game streaming. Like, I really like video games and I don't have time to play, and I would really like to get into streaming, but if I get into a game, I almost poked my eye. If I get into a game, I can't talk, and I can't do like silly commentary. My brain is just like one track. So this might be harder than my regular vlog videos. So I'm gonna do like a bunch of disclaimers in the beginning before I start this video, because people like to nitpick what I say, and I know this is like a Pisces thing to be neutral about a lot of things. Like, I say things from my perspective, and then I try to like say the same thing again from someone else's perspective. So it can come off as like contradicting sometimes, and I'm trying to avoid that, but it's like really hard when I try to understand subjects. I try to understand everything. I don't try to like just be one-sided about everything. Life in general, like, everything's like full of contradictions. Like, even your feelings, like, you can feel 2 things at once and it can be both true. So that's me. And I'm gonna try to list the stuff that I use in the video. So I don't label myself. I used to go to church like every Sunday, so I was never allowed really like freedom to kind of express sexuality. When I was really young, I thought that I was supposed to get married and have kids, so I was like really sad about my future. And I told my parents I wanted to be a nun because I just couldn't see myself doing that like ever. Like, I didn't want to get married and have kids, and I just like, that was the scariest thing. And that was like, it was so sad. So I was like, I want to be a nun because I feel like that's the only way out of this. So that's just a little bit about me. I had one boyfriend for 8 years in America before I moved to Japan, and it was like really not a good relationship. It was on and off. We'd break up all the time. And before that I my first like experience, my first kiss, everything was with girls. And I did like a lot of weird things that people would be like, yeah, you're not straight. I was never really interested in like getting intimate with my partner. It always felt like it was something I had to do. And I moved here and I felt the same, basically. I mean, I was not really interested in dating at all. So I know I chose this topic, like dating in Japan, because people want to know my dating history. But honestly, I've never been interested in dating Japanese men. I have a lot of like secondhand experience, like my friends telling me like the most horrible things that they've had done or that had happened to them dating Japanese men. I'm not interested in the first place, so that definitely does not make me interested at all. I've been in the closet for a long time. And if you see a video of me getting interviewed and it's by a Japanese man asking me what kind of Japanese men do I like, it's just something I made up. Have not had a lot of experience dating. I used to teach English sometimes, and I would like teach English conversation classes, and they would end up being like dates because they were paying me to talk to them in English, but they would ask me like really inappropriate questions or talk about things, and eventually like they would ask me to be their girlfriend. And this is not like a one-time thing. This is like almost every single guy who I've taught English to has been like eventually confessing how much they like me and they want me to be their girlfriend. So a lot of unintentional dates have happened, and I've expressed to these people like, I'm not interested in guys. They are like it's okay. You can have a girlfriend on the side, or you can date girls if you want to. And I think that's something like in society they don't really take like women relationships seriously. Like they think it's not a serious thing, or like a real relationship. And I've had trouble with that too, trying to express that I'm interested in women. People have online questioned whether or not like that's the truth, or like I'm clout chasing or something. And I'm from a religious background, so I've never wanted to come out when I was younger. Sometimes I just think like I'm asexual. I'm using this one for my eyes, and it's actually darker than my skin because I think making it bright makes it look not natural, if that makes sense. A lot of people have told me that when they use dating apps, a lot of the men who are on these dating apps, they're married and they're hiding it, or they have multiple girlfriends. Two of my really good friends, actually, they met each other because they were dating the same guy, and they didn't know that they were dating the same guy, and they messaged each other and they're like, I think we're dating the same guy. And this is so common in Tokyo that there's even a Facebook group that I think it's called I think we're dating the same guy or something, and then people will like post pictures of the guys in Tokyo, like, are we dating the same person? And then you can be like, yeah, I think I'm dating the same person. I think it's a city thing. I don't think it's like a Japan thing, because I do think that there's people that are loyal and are not cheating all the time. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to be like optimistic and not generalize like a whole group of people. A lot of people, I used to, when I first moved here, I used Hello Talk, and I would meet people that wanted to help me with my Japanese, and I was not being selective. I was just like, I'm gonna meet as many Japanese people as possible to get as much experience with the culture as possible. And I met these, like, I would always meet guys, because guys are the ones that message me, and sometimes they're old, like really old men. We'd message each other and it's very clear, the conversation is very clear, like we're meeting up to exchange language. I want to study. And then once we meet, everything changes, and they'll tell me like I'm married, or I'm divorced, or I have kids, or anything. But basically it would always go to like these subjects of like, let's go drinking, or let me come over to your place, or I need a girlfriend, I'm looking for a girlfriend. I forgot to put this one, so now I'm actually smearing off my concealer, so I'm gonna put on concealer again, but I forgot to add my base. I forgot to add base. I think that a lot of Japanese men have the impression that Western women, especially like people from America, are very easy to sleep with. So they kind of get fixated with foreign women. And I'm not saying this is like true or it's not true, because it really depends on the person. But I've met women who come here and they want to like have a romance with a Japanese guy because they've never done that before. And these stories, by the way, are from both girls that I've met and both Japanese guys who have been like shocked that I don't want to sleep with them. And they have told me like, yeah, like I met this tourist and we met, if that's what you want to do, we went drinking and then we had sex. I'm not judging, but this is the impression that they have for all foreign women, I think, from the experience that I've had with these people that I've met up who are like, I want to sleep with you. And it's been like really shocking to me. I guess in general, like men on dating apps are just horny and lonely. So I think it doesn't really matter like what nationality they are. But Hello Talk is not a dating app. It's a learning language app and people use it for dating. So I think a lot of the times also, if a Japanese guy is only interested in foreign women, it's because Japanese women don't want him because there's something wrong. Like he's a a creep or he lacks social skills or something. So I think like the possibility of like having a bad experience is much higher when you're a foreigner than when you're a Japanese woman dating Japanese men. So that's just my opinion. Of course, it's not true for everyone. I know like there's a lot of couples, a lot of international couples. I just went to my friend's wedding. She just got married and her husband is Japanese and they're a really cute couple. They're really nice people. So it's not everyone, but there is a lot of fetishizing. There's like foreign women who fetishize Asian men, and there's Asian men who fetishize foreign women. So it's kind of a weird place for me because I don't have like a type. I don't know. I guess because this goes back to like me not being attracted to men. Like I've never been attracted to men. I've never seen a guy where I've been like, damn, he's hot, I want to sleep with him. And my friends have like these like crushes on these Korean K-pop guys or like actors, and I'm just like, I don't get it, I don't understand. So I mean, I can tell when someone is good looking, but it doesn't mean I want to sleep with them. I know I'm ranting because it's like a really uncomfortable topic for me, but I'm just gonna talk about my dating experiences now. So I'm gonna talk about the time that I went out with a Japanese girl. But people always are curious. They're like, how is it dating Japanese women in Japan? And I always tell them like, if you think dating Japanese men is hard, you should try dating Japanese women. Okay, I'm just gonna start my story. So a couple of months ago, I went to an event. It was like a girls only club event, and it's a queer event. So they have these two bracelets like you can wear like looking for a partner or looking for friends. I had a bracelet, just it said looking for friends, but then I was like, I don't want to be so straightforward. I kind of just want to like talk to people. So I took off my bracelet, and my friend, I went with my friend. I think she was not, I think maybe she was also looking for friends. I know she had a girlfriend, but they're always on and off. So we went together. She approached these group of girls, and by the way, like the whole night it was just me buying drinks for girls. Like I would go up to a girl and be like, can I buy you a drink? And they'd be like, sure. And then we'd talk for a few minutes and they would leave. I didn't really get to connect with anyone, but my friend approached this group of girls, and I started talking to one girl. She was really nice and cute, and I think she's a mortician or something, like the people that like do the embalming for the funeral homes. And basically I think we got along pretty well. We exchanged information and I asked her out. But in Japan, well, not in Japan, I guess in Tokyo, like you can't really make plans that quickly. People will tell you need to make plans like a month in advance. So like we made plans to meet like a week later, and then she canceled, and then I rescheduled with her. Like it basically took almost a month to meet her because she kept rescheduling me. And when this happens, because in Japan, when someone is like canceling your plans, that means they don't want to go out with you. Like they won't tell you like, I don't want to go out with you. They'll just cancel. So I was thinking like, okay, she doesn't want to meet me, so I didn't keep contacting her, but she did contact me and she did want to reschedule. So we ended up meeting. Yeah, I think I brought her flowers. I picked the place and everything. I made a reservation, and we had, I guess it was dinner. We had dinner together, and she was late. I know it's like annoying to, I'm not trying to nitpick, but she was late, and it was like 20 minutes late, which is weird for like a Japanese person because Japanese people usually on time. It was not what I expected, because I guess since we had drinks involved in when we were at the club, like it was really easy to talk to her. But on the day of meeting, she didn't talk at all. Like she was just sitting there, and it wasn't like a language barrier thing because she was really good at English. So basically it was kind of like an interview, like I was interviewing her. asking her about her life and her goals and her dreams. And she ended up telling me that she actually wants to get married and have children, and she is just kind of bored right now because she's on, I think it's called sabbatical. I don't know, like when you take a break from work, I guess they can do that in Japan, where like if you get like a doctor's note or something, you can take time off of work and you still get paid. She said she's going through this depression right now, and she's just trying to explore and get to know people. And also she said she wanted to practice her English, and she was not like really interested in me as like a potential partner. So I was pretty confused. It didn't really go anywhere. So like she went home, that was it. She never messaged me after that. I had one more similar experience where I went out. I actually went really far to meet this girl. Like, she doesn't live in Tokyo, she lives in Chiba. I think we met on Bumble, but it was basically the same exact experience. Like, I went all the way, I traveled to Chiba, which was like 2 hours away. We ate dinner, and then we had like a little snack. We had ice cream, and I was asking her a lot of questions, but she ended up telling me that she just is looking for an English teacher, basically. She said she wanted to practice her English. I know I would be able to avoid this if I just found a partner who speaks Japanese and I speak Japanese to them. I don't think that I just have like the time and energy to do that right now. This is probably why I didn't want to talk about this, because I sound like a jerk. So I don't want to date. I want time for myself. Like, I rarely have time for myself. I have one more that I went out with this girl. I think we met on Bumble. She was like not questioning. She was not looking for an English teacher. She was actually older and she was a lesbian. But this one was kind of strange. Japanese people are not straightforward. So when they say, in America, if you talk to someone, they'll say don't assume things about people when someone is saying something. You're supposed to give them the benefit of the doubt. But in Japan, it's like a little different. In Japan, people don't really say what they mean. They'll say everything very passive aggressively. So if someone says like it's a little difficult, or chotto, like if they're telling you it's kind of difficult for me, that means no. That means hell no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not doing that. I think this girl was looking for a sugar mama, because we went on a date. We went to Ginza and we went to like this really nice tea place that I like, and she was complaining about the prices, and it was not a lot. It was, I mean, for tea it was a lot for tea, but it, like, in total the price was not a lot of money. And she was complaining about the price, and I was like, yeah, it's a little expensive, but I didn't offer to pay for her because she's an older person. In Japan, like, the older person is supposed to be the one that pays for everyone. That was the end of the date, and I messaged her again, and I was asking her like if she wants to go out again, and then she was saying like, I don't have money to go out. And it was like very straightforward, like, I don't have money, so I can't go out. And I was thinking like, okay, well, how about we do something like indoors? You can come to my apartment, or I go to your apartment. And she was like, actually, I'm not looking for a girlfriend right now, because I want to be in a relationship where I'm like financially stable, and I don't think I have like the ability to be with someone, because I want to have a relationship where like we can spend money on stuff and like go out and shop and things like that. And I was like, okay, that's fine by me. Like, I'm also not looking for a girlfriend, so we can just be friends and hang out. And she just stopped talking to me after that. She like, I think she was trying to tell me like, you don't get it, like, I want someone to spoil me and you're not gonna do that. So that was basically that, and that was it. So those are my dating experiences. Those are not like good stories. I know they're not like amazing. I don't have any crazy stories. I do know this girl though. She said that she dated a Japanese guy, and he was on all fours and he peed on her bed. And and she said like he was 5 feet tall, and I'm like, why would you allow a guy to do that? I have a friend, and this is like the only, actually I have 2 friends, but the first one, she's a foreigner and she has a Japanese girlfriend. They are always fighting, they are always on and off, and I feel like their relationship is super toxic. I feel like she wants another girlfriend, but she just doesn't think that there's anyone available, like, because I feel like it's really hard to find a serious relationship, especially when society in Japan is still very old-fashioned, where they want people to get married and have kids. I think a lot of people that are not straight, like queer people, men and women, they are still planning to get married and have kids, and they're just gonna find like their true love on the side, and that's fine with them, but that's not fine with me. So I don't think I'll continue to date in Japan. I don't think it's easy with the language barrier, the cultural difference, the cultural expectation. I think it's very hard to do dating in Japan. This is my finished look. I just added a lip liner to my lips. I did not add any lipstick to that. So yeah, a lot of people that are in relationships will probably feel like, don't you feel lonely, or don't you feel like you want to find like your soulmate and stuff like that? And no. I think I'm happy. I don't feel the need to look for someone. And also, like, it's the way my life is, I really don't have time, but I'm happy like the way things are right now. I never feel lonely. I know like this is one of the biggest struggles of living in Tokyo, is like people feel very lonely, but I have so many friends, and it's really hard to keep contact with them regularly, because I have so many friends that want to hang out. I get messages like every day from my friends like, let's hang out this week, let's go this place, let's do this thing, and I just can't keep up. And I feel sad sometimes. I don't have time for them, and I can't imagine like having a partner and then having to make time for them too. So yeah, that's it for this video. Also, if you have like a horror story of dating in Japan, you should add it to the comments, because I'm sure so many people can relate to you. I've heard nothing but bad things from friends, especially if you don't fit, like if you're a foreign woman but you don't fit like the standard of beauty. Because first of all, the standard of beauty in Japan is pretty scary. Like, you have to be very thin, you have to look very young, and you have to have basically perfect skin. Like, having perfect skin, looking very young, and acting very young, and being very thin. Like, those are the basic standards of beauty in Japan. It also means being very pale. They want women to look kind of like, I don't know, like sick Victorian children. Like, it's very scary. And sometimes foreign women can have this similar like features. So like some white women will be pale and they will be thin. They will be young, because I have seen like very young white women with like really old Japanese guys, and it's honestly, it's really scary. Yeah, so if you don't look like that, like the chances of getting a partner they go down. When I was like really young, when I first moved here, I had like 40-year-old men, like wanting to date me, like 40-50-year-old men. And as I gotten older and heavier, and I just seen like the interest in me go completely down. They really don't like women who are heavy in Japan. I think that for most people, like a standard Western person, it will be really difficult to find someone that is attracted to you and will want to go out with you. So I'm just like kind of glad that I don't have the desire to date, because I do have friends who really like want a boyfriend. And for American standards, not heavy, very normal bodies, but in Japanese standards, not normal, very heavy. So it's hard. It is hard. That is my experience, and I will leave you with that. If you have anything else you want to say, I will respond. I have been responding to a lot of comments, so if you want to leave a comment, I will probably reply to you. And that is all for today, and I will see you girls later.